Hello, and welcome to this season's Zoom training for the Fielden Institute for Lifelong Learning Peer Leaders. As you may know, all season programming will be hosted on our virtual campus by Zoom. In this training video, we will walk you through the process of activating your Fielden Institute Zoom account and also how to use the Zoom features for teaching this season. To begin, what is Zoom? Zoom is an online video and audio conferencing program with free and paid versions. In order to facilitate this season's courses, Fielden Institute has purchased a Zoom education account for all peer leaders, and we will assign to each peer leader an account prior to the start of courses. To learn more about Zoom, we encourage you to visit zoom.us. To begin, we want to make sure your computer system meets Zoom's basic system requirements. You will need a stable internet connection, a microphone and speakers, and a webcam. Once you have confirmed that you have the necessary tools to use Zoom, you're ready to activate or approve your new Fielden Zoom education account. If you already have a Zoom Basic account, you will need to approve the request to switch your account to the Zoom Education account. You will receive an email from Zoom stating that we have requested to add you into our Zoom account. You will approve the request by clicking the button. This will open your internet browser and request your login details. Enter the same username and password that you created for your Zoom Basic account, and they should stay the same. That's it. It's that simple. If you are new to Zoom, you will need to activate your Zoom account. You will receive an email from Zoom stating that we have created a Zoom account on your behalf, and you will activate your Zoom account by clicking on the button. This will open a pop-up in your internet browser asking you to select how you would like to activate your account. You're going to click Sign in with Password, and then a pop-up will appear welcoming you to Zoom. Fill in your first and last name, create a password, and then confirm it. Then select Continue. Please note your username is the email address that the invitation was sent to. To download the Zoom meeting client, in the next few minutes of this video, we will show you how to download the Zoom meeting client onto your computer. From the desktop, open your browser and navigate to zoom.us/download. When the Zoom page opens in your browser, you should see the heading Zoom Client for Meetings with a blue download button. Click on the download button. Once the download begins, you will see activity on the lower left side of the browser window. When the download has completed, you will see a message similar to this one, zoominstaller.exe, and then you will see Open File. Select the Open File button, and the Zoom Installer program will begin and will automatically install the Zoom client on your computer. Once the installer has completed, we can go back to the desktop and check to see that the Zoom icon is on your desktop. Click on the Zoom icon to launch Zoom and view the home page. Once you launch Zoom, if you are new to Zoom, you may see a pop-up asking you to enter your name. This is the name that will appear to all participants in the Zoom meeting or your course. We recommend highly using your first and last name so learners can easily identify you. You may also see this pop-up. Select Join Audio Conference by Computer. You can also click the Automatically Join Audio by Computer when joining a meeting box to save this setting. Next, we are going to show you how to locate your scheduled course meetings. We will be scheduling all of your courses or meetings on your behalf. We're going to open the Zoom icon on our computer. This may look different for some of you based on the type of computer or the operating system that you're using. You can see here I've got my Zoom icon, so I'm going to open it. And we're in the Zoom home screen. So once you're in Zoom, there's two ways that you can locate your scheduled course. And please note, we will be scheduling your courses on your behalf, and they'll pop up in your Zoom account as a meeting. You can see here on the Zoom home screen that you'll be able to locate your meeting here and click Start, or you can come up here to the top of your screen and click on Meetings, and you'll just start your meeting. Make sure our video's on. And there we are. Now that you have the Zoom Education client and you know where to find your scheduled course meetings, we're going to show you some of the interesting features you can do with Zoom to teach your class online. Here is the view of your control panel as a peer leader using Zoom Education. You may notice some new icons on your control panel if you have only used Zoom Basic in the past. To begin, there is the mute and start/stop video icons. If there is a red slash across the mute button, then this tells you that your microphone is off. If there is a red slash across the video button, this tells you that your camera is off. Please be sure both your microphone and camera are on prior to the start of class. Next, we see the security icon. This feature allows peer leaders to grant or remove permissions for users. Some of the security features will be enabled automatically, like the waiting room and a feature that prevents learners from sharing their screens. Peer leaders can grant or remove these positions during the meeting depending on the structure of their course, using the security icon. We encourage peer leaders to use the lock meeting feature once they have admitted everyone from the waiting room in order to prevent learners from entering late once the course has started. And we will be there to help you during your first few sessions to make sure you're comfortable with that step. Next, let's take a look at the participants feature on your Zoom control panel, and this will be the area that we can elaborate a little more on the waiting rooms feature. So here we are, we're in your meeting. I'm pretending to be a peer leader. This will be what your desktop will look like in the Zoom meeting, but we want to look at how to navigate the meeting and accept your participants in from the waiting room. There's two important security features that I'm going to show you now, and one is how to accept your students or your participants from the waiting room. So we're going to come down here in our toolbar and see the participants icon, and you can see that it's showing me there's two. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to get a pop-up, and this shows me that I have a student or a participant in my waiting room. Okay, and what we are going to provide you with prior to your class is a roster. So we're going to be using the course roster to compare to the people, the names in your waiting room, and when we're ready, we're going to start admitting people in from the waiting room. If you don't recognize a name, we're going to encourage you to not admit that person. And again, we will be with you in the class for the first few sessions to kind of help you navigate through that. Another important security feature once your class is started and we've accepted everyone from the waiting room is to come down into, let me close this box. Whoops. Come down here to security. You're going to click on that. And we're going to encourage you to lock the meeting. This prevents anyone from entering the class late, and it prevents anyone who's not supposed to be in the class from finding a way in. So you can lock the meeting and you'll get a notice. Only you as the peer leader will see this notice. And then if you do need to unlock the meeting, you're just going to click that again and you've unlocked the meeting. And again, this is an important security feature, but we'll be there to help you through it for your first class. In the next video, we'll demonstrate how to share content with your class via the share screen feature.
In this video, you'll learn how to share content within a Zoom meeting. Simply select Share Screen at the bottom of your meeting window to get started. From here, you'll be given various options for sharing, such as sharing your full desktop or an individual application you have open on your computer. You can also access advanced sharing options and the ability to share an individual file from a specific location as well. If you're planning to share content that contains audio, such as a third-party video, be sure to select Share Computer Sound in the bottom left-hand corner to ensure that your participants can hear your computer sound as you're sharing. When you're ready, select Share on the right-hand side. Once content sharing begins, you can always stop the share to stop sharing content with others at any time. If you need to pause the share to take a momentary break or prepare other materials, this is an option as well. Or if you'd like to share a new piece of content, you can simply select New Share and select another piece of content for a seamless transition.
And finally, when your class is over, press the End icon and select End Meeting for All to end the Zoom meeting. This is an important step to make sure that you're properly closing out the class session. So that's it. We hope you find this training video helpful, and also please feel free to refer to the printed handouts, or I should say PDF handouts, that we're going to share with you as a backup resource to this training video. But we want to thank you so much for willing to learn something new and for supporting us as we aim to continue to bring programming to our members in this new virtual format. We certainly couldn't do it without you as our peer leaders and our faithful volunteers. And again, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. If you need help, or if you want to learn some additional information, some of the polling or reactions, we're happy to walk that through with you. Just reach out to Liz or myself in the office, and we're certainly here to help you with anything that you need. Thank you.